Yo, what it do, what it do? Welcome back to a brand new episode of You Can't Sit With Us Radio, featuring myself, as always, Ambitious, aka the kid that never sold dope, aka Happy Gilmore, aka born in the 1900s, aka chilling like a booger, and the one and only, don't call him a DJ, call him Q, the mother-loving DJ. What's going on, man?
What's going on, brother?
Hey, man, second interview of the day. Got back at it.
Hey, man. You ever thought about getting a dog?
I had one before. Yeah, it ran away though.
Word? How long ago was that?
That was a long time ago, like kid days. Yeah.
And did that kind of like scar you, so you didn't want another dog?
Nah, I'm just cheap and I don't feel like taking care of one.
I feel that.
Like, cause yeah, especially nowadays, they seem like they more expensive to take care of, anyways.
Yeah, my Cash has been. He has like this. He's really fond of dogs. Like whenever he comes in contact with them, man, like he's a super dog kid. And I'm like, why do you like dogs so much? But I've been thinking about getting one just so he can have something to play with.
Yeah, what type of dog?
I don't know, man. Something that don't shed, because I'm not trying to be running around with dog fur on me all the time.
Yeah, cause I be seeing a lot of people. They be having dogs all over the place, and they be shedding in their cars too. I be like, oof, yeah, I gotta clean all that out too. Nah, that's too much. I be seeing those what's the dogs? I did have cause my dog I used to have, it was actually a golden retriever. It was nice. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, that mother run away though. I don't know where he went to. He came back. It was crazy. He came back. And then he ran away again, so I don't know what. I have no idea.
Yeah, nah, he was cool. That mean he doubled back to be like, maybe it's not that bad. He's like, nah, I'm cool.
All right, man. But how you doing though, man? What's up? You eat something this morning?
Man, did I eat anything? Nah, man. I've been trying to do this like intermittent fasting thing. So I really don't eat until later on in the day. Now probably around like 2:00. And I'll eat kind of like between like 2 and 8. And I really, for the most part, I don't eat outside of those times. So I've been trying to stick with it. So I really just have like a nice dinner, and that's about it.
Oh, okay. I ate 4 chocolate chip cookies this morning.
Oh yeah, you eating the breakfast of champions for sure.
I had some leftover Subway cookies, and I was like, I'm gonna eat that this morning.
Yo, Subway got some of like the best cookies in the game, truthfully.
Yeah, the chocolate chip be on point. I was like, I always get that every time I go. So
I'm doing undefeated.
Yeah, I be snatching them up. Yeah, I was telling you yesterday, I was at the liquor store. These people was selling some cookies outside the liquor store. It must was good. I ended up got her info and everything, so I'm gonna try to get her on the show. But yeah, them cookies were good. So
yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, let's get into it, man. As always, we keep the most amazing, talented, dopest, spectacular guests on the show, and today is like no other. We actually had her on the show for the freestyle episode, the first freestyle episode we did this year. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out. We got the one and only Red J back on the show with us today. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing super good. Super happy to be here.
How was your drive? I know you came from Kentucky, so.
It was good. It was easier. I lost signal on my way here, like on the highway.
Oh, wow.
So it didn't tell me what exit I was supposed to take, and I was driving blindly for a bit. And
I hate that. My
worst.
GPS like fails out on me when I'm trying to get somewhere.
Yeah,
man, it's like the most irritating thing in life.
Man.
Yeah, but I made it.
You had a show last night too, right?
I did.
How was it?
It was so awesome. It was my knees are banged up. I probably still have some like glitter left over from last night, but it was so fun. Yeah, it was really cool.
Where'd you do your show?
In Hopkinsville.
Oh, okay.
It's a club called Reflections. It's like they do like drag, and it's an LGBT club there. And it's always a good vibe. So I was just, I've been going there, and, I was like, hey, you guys got to give me the chance to perform. And they did, and we had a great time.
Oh,
fire.
Yeah, we're gonna get into your EP and everything, but I know the people got to know you just a little bit on the freestyle episode, but we're just gonna start it off with you just telling everybody about yourself and what you do.
Cool. Well, so what's up, guys? You Can't Sit With Us Radio. I'm Red J. I'm originally from El Paso, Texas, and but now I'm living in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. But working over here in the Clarksville and the Nashville area, doing music, putting on shows. Talking with amazing, cool people, doing different things. I'm currently going to school for music production, so I'm trying to get my degree in this whole thing, to have some good credentials to my name. So I'm doing that for right now, and I'm just going around doing what I can in this music industry, because it's quite a doozy to try and get into this industry. So there's a lot to be done. I'm learning a whole lot. I'm talking to a lot of people, meeting a lot of people. Some good, some bad, but I guess that's just part of the game.
So I want to ask you about college, because there's always been these debates about, is college beneficial to people, and do you think it's like beneficial for just music? I would say just music wise, you think it's beneficial?
So I know, like, the way it is working, for the way how I'm doing it, it's like it was literally my best option. Okay. So I see I hear the points of, like, why it might not be beneficial for everybody, and true, maybe it's not the path for everybody, but as far as for me, because I'm using my GI benefits, my veteran benefits, so I'm getting paid to go to school at the moment.
That's dope.
Yeah, so I was like, oh well, of course, like, if I can get paid to go to school, right, to, like, get certified and all this, actually learn, like, the P's and Q's of what is making music, because I'm just doing music production. So and like, I had some background in playing instruments and just doing music from when I was younger, and so it was cool. But now to actually get like a formal education on it, like, I feel like it was definitely like the best route I could have taken for me. And again, how it worked out, where I get paid to go to school. Right.
Yeah, I think college should be free any damn way.
Yeah, exactly.
Truthfully,
it really, definitely, it should be free, because like, it's kind of like college is just basically like a group of people that we've been like, okay, these are professionals that have been in the industry, that they've done X, Y, or Z, they have these certain qualifications, and it's kind of like they're just going and teaching you what they know, what they have done that has worked, that has made an impact on whatever industry they you're going into. And like, I feel like we need that. We should have like institutions to where we can go back to and be like, okay, we know these are reliable people that have done X, Y, or Z, and now they're teaching the next generation.
Yeah.
Right.
Because a lot of them schools, they got sponsors, and the alumni be donating them like all this money, and y'all still gotta pay, because some of these schools they tripping, like, for real.
At least run me some money for my books or something. My goodness.
Yeah.
Something, man. Ridiculous.
I know Caston got kicked out of school just because they couldn't afford room and board. Like, it's crazy, man. That stuff. It's so much money that goes into college, man. Like, and of course, it's like, you just feel like it's so much unnecessary, for sure.
Yeah. That's why a lot of people complain about, is it even worth it? Because they get in debt anyway. So half of them ain't even paying it back no way. So what's the point? IQ, you can go.
Well, Red J, so just talk. We might have talked about this a little bit on the freestyle episode, but I just want to get a chance for people who may have not heard that to learn a bit about you. So just tell us about how you came up, how you got into music, and what you've been doing.
Yeah. So I had an interest for music since I was like really, really young. One of my first memories is, my dad teaching me how to play guitar, or he attempted to, but, I was 6, so I was kind of like bullshitting. But the parts that I did pay attention, I was like, oh man, this is really interesting. This is really nice. And eventually I started playing in my church worship group. And once I started doing that, that's when I was like, oh yeah, like, this is like, it had my attention fully. So I was playing in the church for a couple years, and then I stopped playing. And but I still kept taking classes in like different music classes throughout middle school and high school, because I just love doing it. Like, I just love playing instruments. I love learning music. I love learning the music theory and all the rules that apply and all the rules you can break to make something different. And by the time I was like 17, I was just kind of like, I had interest in music, but I was just like, man, like, I don't know if I can really, I'll be honest, like, I guess like I let the pressures of like outside voices get to me, and just like a lot of the influence that was around me. I was just like, oh, well, I can't really, I was like, I have no idea how I would make money from music. So I was just like, well, I need something else. I need something secure. And I wanted to leave El Paso. I always knew I had to leave my hometown, and I was like, I can't stay here. Like, I need to go out and see the world. And so, like, the easiest thing for that was, I was like, well, I'll join the army. So I signed up for the army when I was 17. And then I waited. I still had to wait finish out my senior year in high school. I got my diploma, and then I took off as soon as I graduated high school to basic training. And I did the army for 8 years. But the whole time, like, in the army, like, I was still doing something with music. Like, I was just, like, learning to play an instrument here and there, and I was always out dancing and just going to live shows. So, like, in music stayed like a big part of my life in general. Like, I couldn't live without it, basically.
Yeah.
And so whenever it came time to get out of the military, I was like, well, what am I gonna do? Like, because I kind of got out of the military unexpectedly. So I was just like, oh shit, well, what now? So I was just like, well, now that's when I started looking into, like, okay, if I get out, I can use school. And I was like, well, what am I gonna go to school for? And then I was just like, I'm just gonna go for it. Like, because by this point in my life, I had already experienced a few things that changed a lot of the way I saw life and the way I approached my life. And I was just like, you know what, like, I'm just gonna do it. Like, I need to stop listening to a bunch of shit and people that are just really, like, they're not even in my best interest. So yeah, that's when I made the decision. I was like, yep, I want to go to school for music. I want to go all the way back into it. And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start putting this music out there. Because most importantly, how it felt, I was just like, I have so much to say, and the best way I know how to do it is through music. And here I am.
All right, so the obvious question is, so you have red hair. Did you always have red hair?
Oh no.
Okay.
This is not even my real hair. It's a wig. It's an illusion.
So how did you come up with the name for the red part anyways?
So okay, there's kind of like two parts. So whenever I decided to, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go do music, right? One of my closest friends was killed downrange in Afghanistan, and that was pretty harsh. Like, he was like, his death had been one of the closest deaths I had experienced and grieved in a really long time. And he was a very, very dear friend to me. So yeah, that was it was a pretty pivotal moment in my life, and I was like, holy crap. And as I'm grieving and trying to make sense of just my friend no longer being here in this world, you start reading things, you start looking at start looking and trying to make sense of like life and death, and death, like the whole concept of life and death was like heavy on my mind. And so one of the things I came across as I was reading and grieving was how sometimes they say if you see a cardinal, that means that a loved one that has passed is visiting you. And so when my friend passed, I started seeing those, and it could have been because of I read that, and then kind of when you read something, you become aware of it, you start kind of looking for it. it might have been that, but I just kept seeing like a cardinal like here like all over the place, like, and I was like, oh my god, like, so that was like that gave me comfort at the time. Like I was like, that gave me comfort. I was like, oh man, like, he's here, and like it was a good part of my grieving process. And so yeah, like that's really where I started getting the idea. I was like, it's something so beautiful, something that can mean so much to so many people, something that was at the moment bringing me comfort. And I was like, this just means something to me. Like this is starting to really take a whole meaning on its own, at least for me. And so I was like, yeah, like, I like that, because I was still experimenting with names I wanted to adopt. And I was like, no, that, like, that little red bird is starting to really catch my attention. And then, like, when you see them, like, and if you're like out and walking and about, if like one of those cardinals, or like, they pass you, like, it's just so grabbing, like it just catches your eye, the vibrant colors. And just what it is, it's like, oh wow, that's beautiful. Like, and I was like, wow, yeah, like that's really something. And red is, it's always associated with power, and I forgot what other things, but like red is a very intense color, something that brings power, something that is kind of like rehabilitating in a sense. And so I was like, yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm really liking the idea, because something that I wanted to keep in mind as I started going forward with this, I know the music that I wanted to make, I wanted it to be just that, something that empowered not only the people that listening, but overall, like, I wanted to make music that empowered me, because it's like, it's my music, it's what I'm putting out there. And if I feel empowered, if I feel like this is giving me either a motivation, or I can relate to it, or somebody else can relate to it, that's what I wanted. That's what I want my music to be. So that's kind of like how the whole Red J persona started coming about.
Okay, that's cool.
So back in let's talk about like school. So I mean, back going to high school and middle school as a kid, were you still creating music at that time as well?
I was mostly writing, but yeah, like I was like learning. I was learning in middle school. I was learning piano, and piano's still like my instrument of choice. So I was learning all kinds of like little songs in the piano, and just like always in piano class, I would go before and after school just to mess around with the pianos and play the songs I knew, perfecting the notes I already knew, the scales and all that. So I wasn't necessarily creating like music pieces, but I was definitely like writing. Like I've always been a writer, like, and I've been a pretty decent writer. So I've always had a kind of like a way with words on paper. Because sometimes when I talk, I'm like, what am I even talking? What am I even saying? But on paper, it's always so much easier, and that's always been really fun for me.
So how long you been doing music?
Since I've been like actually like putting music out there, since my first single, I put it out in 2020.
Okay.
While I was still in the army.
Cause I went through to see if you had like music in the past. I just seen like, I know your first song you got out like 2020, so I didn't know if you had been doing it way back then, or you just started.
No, yeah, like so, it would be 2020 when I was like doing music to actually put out there.
Okay. And what's it been like so far? What about during the pandemic though? How was it like just releasing music and when they would like to perform or nothing like that? So it's just like just releasing it. How was it? It was really interesting, at least because like I said, when I started dropping music, I was still in the army. Mm-hmm. So I was just kind of like, well, I'm still kind of making money from this for now while I'm still in, and I was just like, all right, well, let me start really like digging in. I was barely dipping my toes in the water at the time, and I was like, well, I just heard I heard the beat that I got, because the beat that I got for my first one, I bought it, and then I was like, okay, I wrote to it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is like really fun. And there was actually somebody else I was making music with, and he was in the service. It was three other people. They were in the service as well. They were in the Navy. And I forgot how we met. Well, we met through another one of coworkers. So we met, and they're like, oh yeah, we want to do music. And I was like, dude, I'm doing music. And they showed me beats,
and we just kind of like started writing. And we were watching some videos one day, and they were like, yo, you know, if you really want to do this music thing, just, if you have something, just drop it. Go ahead, just drop it. Just start putting it out there. Because, you know, if you want to wait, you know, you're just going to keep pushing yourself back. You're going to keep, like, you know, making excuses. So I was like, dude, come on, let's do it. Like we already have the lyrics to it. You know how to mix. Like, we have the recording stuff. Like, let's go ahead, let's do it. So we just went ahead, we recorded it, we mixed it to the best of our abilities at the time, and we dropped it, and it was like, okay, like, there it is, like, there's the first one, the first step. Let's keep going.
Do you start with the beat first, or do you already have lyrics already?
So far the ones that I've done, I have found the beat first. Like, I have now with the skills I'm working on and just the different routes I'm trying to take with as far as creating. There is a few songs where I have the lyrics written to it, and I'm hoping to find other producers or musicians or whatever to where let's build the beat around the lyrics.
Yeah, that's dope.
Do you think that being an artist, you have to have a lot of style, like maybe clothing wise?
Oh, what was the last part? Sorry.
No worries. Do you think that a part of being an artist, your style is important, just the way you present yourself?
Yeah, because I feel like you know, that's what people are always looking for. Like, okay, what's different about you? Like, what's gonna hook me to this artist? What's gonna catch my eye, particularly of this artist that is different? It might be similar, but it's still different and in their own style of this person. So yeah, I think style definitely matters, and it's honestly, like, style is still something that I'm still learning to cultivate on my own, because for a long time, you know, like, in the military, you don't have to have style. You don't know. You're just a general issue person. You're told how to behave, what to say, what to do. So it's just like, boom, you know, you don't gotta just use your head for the work, and that's it. You know, they don't care about you as a person personally. So, you know, stepping out here, and it's like, now I have to, like, you know, gotta make it a brand, you know, and like really make it something that people will turn people's heads and they'll like to follow. So yes, right. That's something I'm exploring myself still.
Okay. Q, you got anything else? Okay. So let's do this. So talk about the EP. So how long did you work on the EP before releasing it?
So I started working on it in October. I had the idea like about 2 years ago, like back in 2020. Back in 2020 is actually when I got the idea for the name, because I was telling a friend about. I was like, yeah, you know, I'm doing music now. They're like, oh, when are you dropping your first album or your first EP? And I was like, soon. They're like, well, what's it gonna be called? I was like, Here We Are. I was like, that's what it's gonna be called. And I was like, I'm not sure why yet, but it's gonna be called Here We Are. And they're like, dope, that's dope. And I was like, boom, Here We Are is gonna be my first EP. So here we go. And so I had the idea, and then slowly and surely I started collecting the sounds. I was like, oh yeah, this would be really cool for the EP. This will be really cool. And I started collecting slowly but surely. And then once I found a studio, I was like, all right, okay, so I got some of the songs. I found a studio. I have, you know, several ideas I can start elaborating on. So let's go ahead. Let's actually start working on it. And then in November, that's when I first started recording the tracks to it.
Okay. So you still don't know why you named it Here We Are?
So yeah, so I named it Here We Are. So eventually I was like, okay, you know, Here We Are. You know, it's kind of like an alert to just, you know, the journey so far of where I'm at. So it's like, all right, here we are. You know, I don't have a whole lot to my name. I'm not known in the industry. I don't know anybody in the industry. I have no networking so far. You know, here I am, but you know, like this is my skill set so far. This is some of my stories so far. And you know, this is where Red J is at musically at this moment. So you know, it's kind of like it's kind of like an announcement to the industry of like, hey, here I am. This is what I'm about. And it's also kind of like because of some of the tracks and the themes that I made sure I put in the EP, I wanted it to be like a relative point to the people who are listening, like, oh yeah, you know, I've gone through all this shit and, you know, all these things have happened to me, but dude, here I am, like, I'm still standing here today, I'm still here today, and, you know, this song really spoke to me today.
Okay, so let's get into one of your songs. You choose one of your songs you want to play right now.
Ooh, Nunca Adios.
Okay. And tell us about that song.
So Nunca Adios is like, it's one of the two songs that, you know, I'm really pushing. I guess like one of the singles from the EP, and I'm really proud of this one because this one I actually produced some of the beat. I produced this along with Sunny. He's a producer at the studio I was working at. So it was already supposed to be a 24-hour thing, to where I wanted to create the beat, write the lyrics, record it, mix, master, and do a music video within 24 hours. Didn't play out exactly that way, but we did create the song. And it was really cool. Like, you know, I was like, I pulled up a song and I was like, I kind of want inspiration from this. And he was like, all right, cool. So then we got the beats per minute from that song. So we started with the, like, you know, like the boom, boom. So we started with that. And then he laid down a drum beat. I was like, all right, cool. And then I picked what is it called? The scale. I picked the key, the scale I was going to be working on, and then I just got on the keyboard. I started bullshitting, and then he's on the keyboard, and then we got one part, and we were like, yep, that definitely works. And then we got the melody down, and then we added some more harmonies, added some pads, and then boom, we got the beat. And so we wrote the beat within like 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the lyrics came afterwards. So then, like, whenever you know, at the moment, like, I'm still very much in love. And, you know, that's kind of like where I'm getting a lot of inspiration from. And, you know, that day, you know, it was like, you know, I started listening to the song, and it was just like how it came out. And then I just went on, started writing the lyrics, and, you know, it's a very sensual song, very you know, very sexy time like, but, you know, it's also like a really, really good beat to like dance to and just feel yourself to, and, you know, just create a whole environment, a mood to.
Right, okay. So yeah, we're gonna get into it, and we'll be right back on You Can't Sit With Us Radio.
So today we're introducing the You Can't Sit With Us drink.
Tastes like candy.
Right? Tastes like candy. So not only do we have like the family friendly version, right? But we also have the one that's got some alcohol in there.
Just a little, like, little something for you, I mean. A little something nice for you.
Just a little something. So we are launching that, and you're able to get that as we speak right now on the website, which our website is sweetblessingstreats.com. And then I believe it's on y'all's website too, right?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, you can definitely head to our IG and find it there for sure. Y'all be able to hit the link. I've already had some people hit me and, you know, make those purchases. So please make sure y'all tap in, get the drink. I done tried it. It's fire. I know you're probably not going to take my word because it's me and it's our drink, but it's really fire. So,
yeah, don't be cheap, man. Alcohol version only $7. The original $3.
Hey, yo,
man.
And that was a really good point, though. I feel like we made it super affordable for people because, I mean, any other people that, let alone they're even making their own drink, they're not charging you that you know, low amount. I think we made it super convenient. So make sure you get your drink on for the holidays. You feel me?
And again, we're going to deliver it to you. So, you know, you don't have to really do much. Just need to have your ID so we can see it. But that's about it.
Okay.
So when I was looking at your IG, you it's kind of funny. Like you go back and forth kind of between Spanish and English. So I would assume that you kind of have two different fan bases. So kind of talk about that and just how that feels to have people from other areas.
It's really cool. You know, that's just how I grew up. You know, like in El Paso, there's I would say there is diversity. It's majority, you know, Hispanic people. But you know, just that kind of lifestyle of writing. Like, because I grew up in a border town. Like, you know, for those who don't know, El Paso is like directly in the border between the United States and Mexico. So, you know, it's and, you know, myself being Mexican American, I was first generation American, and writing that line between being American enough and being Mexican, or not being American enough and not being Mexican enough, for either or. It was always like that fight of like, having to learn both languages, being fluent in both languages. And that's just how I grew up. So being fluent in both English and Spanish, that comes really naturally to me. And it's just like, it's a very big part of who I am, because like there isn't a day where I'm not either doing something in both languages or anything like that. So that's pretty much a big part of who I am. So of course I needed to make that part of my music and how I'm presenting myself in social media and connecting with the people that are coming along and finding my content, because I have like an incredible love for like my people and the people who I just appreciate us and all that good stuff. So yeah, definitely putting Spanish and making that a big central part of what I'm doing with this. It's really cool. It's I super love it. And like the thing is, like, also like right now the Latino market, it's like the Latino fan base is they're so loyal, and they show so much love. So that's something that I appreciate it, and I definitely want to do it justice. First of all, I really want to do that audience justice. I want to do my English speaking audience justice as well. And so that's why I also, whenever I do posts, most of the time I'm always doing it in English and Spanish, because I don't want to isolate either or. So it's like, no, like everybody can know what's going on here.
Yeah, thanks.
Has your music changed since, like, from moving from El Paso to Kentucky and being here? Like, have you, like, a cultural shift or anything changed in your music?
Yeah. Like, I've also kind of like been around the world. Like, I lived in Korea for a year, and then I've also been to, I was in London for a little bit. But when I was in Korea and I was like actually living there, like, man, I went in on like, I was into K-pop and went through a K-pop series before it was even cool to be into K-pop, before BTS came into the scene and whatnot. But like, because the music scene over there is incredible. Like, I went to Ulta Music Festival while I was there, and like, it was just like, it was a whole nother world, and I was just like, whoa, like, it was breathtaking. It's such a cool scene. So and just, man, like, the energy that the audience will have at these like K-pop concerts and just like music festivals over there, it's like it's out of this world. Like, people really enjoy themselves out there. It's really fun. So I have definitely taken in a lot of like the influence that I have found in different music in the different places of the world I've been in, and I feel like it's only made me a better musician and better artist for it. Just having that ability to appreciate and just let a whole nother genre of music like soak you in.
Okay.
Good. Who are some of your inspirations in music?
Ooh, I have so many. One of the bigger ones is definitely J. Cole. Like, that man's ability to storytell is like out of this world, and like there's so many tracks where it's like I'm like blown away, and I'm just like, this is something I definitely want to emulate, because again, like, the storytelling ability it's like, that's, I feel, to me, from the music that I have liked from him the most has been like the ones that have stuck with me the most, like the stories that he has told throughout his music. And it's like, wow, like, that's like the connections that I have made with his music. That's what I'm hoping people will find in mine. So that's definitely an inspiration of mine. Also, Snow the Product. She's a really big, I feel like once I found Snow the Product's music, that's when I feel like that's what gave me that extra little push to be like, yep, I'm gonna do this, because an insecurity or something that was kind of like, I was kind of letting get to me when I wanted to do this. I was like, man, who the fuck's going to want to listen to some short little Mexican girl who's a mom? I'm like, I'm a mom. Like, what am I even going to do here? Like, I look kind of crazy, like, making myself all kind of excuses. But then boom, I came across another product and I was like, yo, there's literally no fucking excuse. Like, this woman is killing it. Like, her flow is crazy. Like, the beat production is fucking insane. Like, you know, she's just, I was like, wow, like, yeah, like, this is a big inspiration. Like, this is amazing. So Snow is also big influence of mine. Also Michael Jackson, holy shit, like like, talk about a fucking entertainer. Like, nobody has entertained the world like Michael Jackson. And just like his music too, like, he's an amazing production, amazing like lyrics writing, like really nice. So those are like about my top 3, but I have a whole list of just
So, cause on this EP you didn't have no features, right?
No, not
okay.
yet.
So do you want to like collab more in the future?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and with my EP, that's kind of like something I also kind of wanted to establish. I kind of wanted to establish myself a little more before I came out, and you know, started doing more features with other people, because you know, I just wanted to be like, yep, you know, this is kind of like in the areas that I'm working with. This is kind of like what my sound is starting to evolve into. So, you know, whatever artists can listen or want to listen to it and are like, oh yeah, I fuck with this. This is something I can do. Somebody or a sound I can really fuck with, and you know, come up with something. Then yeah, that's why I wanted to drop this EP and be like, all right, you know, here we are. So who's next?
So, outside of music, like, what are you doing? Like, what do you do for fun?
I like to stay active. I'm not a person that I can stand still for and like long periods of time. So I like to work out. I like to be hiking. I like smoking weed. So much. And I like to watch movies and TV shows. Like, I really like to watch them, because like, again, like, storytelling is big to me. And you know, a good story told, I'm like, ooh yeah, like, you know, it gets my creativity going. I'm like, ooh yeah, like, you know, that can be put in a song and that could be a line. Like, it's really cool. And I love spending time with my kids. You know, like, my kids keep me humble. They keep me cracking up. They wild as fuck. So yeah, that's like the gist. What I like to do.
What was the last movie you watched?
Ooh, what was the last movie I watched? Oh, I Love You, Phil Morris. I think that's what it's called. It's the Jim Carrey one where he's in a gay relationship with a man that he met in prison.
I haven't seen it.
Oh man,
yeah.
You know which one? Oh yeah, it's a really good movie, and it was based on a true story actually. Like, and that shit was wild. Like, this dude finessed the hell out of the fucking legal system in Texas. Like, it was crazy. And it was because, you know, like, he had his boo. And it's like, I looked at my husband, I'm like, if you are not finessing the legal system because you love me, you don't love me for real.
What show? So he's talking about movies. What shows are you watching right now? Because there's a lot of good TV out right now.
Oh, okay. Honestly, right now, like, so I kind of have like this, like, I sometimes have an obsessive personality. And right now, the show I'm obsessed with is Community. Have you heard of that?
I love
Community. I've seen it.
I love Community.
Yo,
Abed is like Abed is like like the way that I forget his real name, like, but the way
Danny
that he
Putty
played that role is like perfect. Yeah, he smoked that.
Like, oh man, him and Childish Gambino, the Troy and Abed. Oh my goodness, that made the show for all those seasons. Like, I literally have like rewatched it about like 7 times, the whole all 6 seasons.
You sound like me with How I Met Your Mother. I rewatched.
Yeah, it's my comfort TV for sure.
I've seen it so many times. Yeah, that's classic shit for sure.
Troy and Abed in the morning. And it's like nobody's there. They're like, what cameras are you talking to? And the movie's coming out. The movie is in the works.
What, for Community?
Yep, 6 seasons in a movie.
Really?
Yep.
Community the movie. That's crazy. I never knew they were gonna come with the movie.
Yep, they're doing it.
Oh, okay. I'm excited then.
Oh, I'm too.
Are you got anything else, Q? All right. Let's get into a second song. Then what's the second song you want to play off your EP?
Let's play Here We Are.
Okay. Is that basically self-explanatory? Is there some meaning to it?
Yeah, like, so here we are. Like, I was like, all right, I'm gonna name this. I'm gonna put this the title of the EP on this one, because the song's pretty lively. It's really like boom, like, hey, here we are. Like, it's a party song. It's like a song to like really vibe out to at the club, at the gym, at the car. So I was like, boom, like this. Yeah, this song right here. It's gotta carry the title of the whole EP.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna get into Here We Are, and we'll be right back on You Can't Sit With Us Radio. Yo, welcome back to You Can't Sit With Us Radio. So Red J, it is time for random ass questions. These questions have absolutely nothing to do with what we talked about today. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. So let's say you in a zombie apocalypse and can't have a gun. What is your weapon of choice?
I'm jumping off the building.
Did you say she was gonna give up?
Yep. Listen, I have been like, listen, I have like an actual terror of like zombies. I don't watch zombie movies. Last time I actually sat through a zombie movie, I threw up. Oh, wow. Like, I got literally sick. And I was like super young, but that was the last time I sat through a zombie movie, and I don't watch shows, none of that. And I'm just like, yeah, bro. It was like, you know what? If that ever came to fruition, I'm outies. Like, like, look, it was nice meeting everybody. We had a good run. It was cute and all, but this, I'm outie. Like, y'all can deal with it. So I'll just, like, I'm quitting, and then I might as well join them. So, they can have a bite or two, and then I'll be like, all right, I'm up. I'm one of y'all. And yep, that's my, yeah.
You know what? Y'all got me.
Yep.
Oh, man, so you don't like scary movies at all?
I like scary movies. It's just specifically zombie movies. Like, I do not fuck with them.
All right, would you rather swim in a pool of Jello or sleep on a bed of marshmallows?
A bed of marshmallows, because if I get hungry, I could just take a bite. And I like marshmallows better than I like Jello. In that circumstance, yeah, like, I'd rather just take a few bites out of the bed instead of like swimming in Jello.
All right, this kind of go with the zombie question. What are you doing if hostile aliens take over the earth?
Ooh, hostile aliens. If they're hostile, I would say like, I try to make peace. Like, listen, like, you need some probing, you need some DNA. Like, I'm down. Just, let me live in peace. But like, if they're already hostile, it's just like, well, I mean, I'm 5 feet. I'm 5 feet, 120 pounds. Like, what am I really gonna do with like alien forces? I'm gonna guess are way smarter than me and have far more advanced technology that I could even possibly find here. So yeah, I don't think I could do much. I'd just be like, damn. I try to hide. I try to like, do something. But if they caught me, shit, they caught me.
All right. Would you rather have worms for shoelaces or beetles for buttons?
Beetles for buttons, because I feel like if I try to like actually tie the worms, like, I'm gonna just break them bitches, and then I'm just gonna have floppy shoes. My shoes are just gonna be falling, like, no purpose. Like, they're just gonna snap. So yeah, definitely beetles for buttons. And then like, if I had the beetles for buttons, like, they'd just be like like moving, and that would just kind of like create like an effect for my outfit. Like, yep, I have movable buttons. Yep. Like, that'd be really fucking dope. But the beetles for sure. All
right, I gotta get back to asking this question, Q. I gotta ask her the the other question I ain't been asking. So nobody got this question right. So what goes up and down but does not move?
An elevator?
No.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Up and down, but does not move.
And the only hint I can give you is that it is inside this building.
Oh. My emotions? My emotions are up and down. My emotions are up and down with this question now, because now I'm just like, okay, it's inside this building. I don't know. The microphone? I would just start saying random shit.
You want the answer?
Oh, no. Hold on. Give me 10 more seconds. Okay, up and down, but does not move. The stairs?
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Oh, shit.
First person.
Yeah. Go, Reggie. Go, Reggie. Hey.
Finally, somebody got it. I've been asking that for like almost pretty much a year now, and nobody got it. Right.
Going crazy.
Hell yeah. Oh, my gosh. Mom, turn on the radio.
All right, let's see. I got two more for you. All right, what do butterflies feel in their stomach when they're in love?
Oh my gosh. I wish I could take a hit of a joint, because that's one of those questions for that. Like, wait, what do butterflies feel? Baby kicks.
Baby kicks. That's a new answer. I ain't never had that.
Baby kicks, yeah. Because they hurt like hell. Baby kicks. Oh, man. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Last question. Oh, so there's an answer to this question. Do you think penguins have knees?
No.
They do.
They do? Yeah. I should know this. Penguins are like one of my favorite animals.
Oh, really?
I fucking love penguins. I had this like duct tape for years that I didn't even use because it was like it had little penguins on it. Mm-hmm. And I loved it so much, and I lost it. But I love penguins. I can't believe they have knees. Yeah, oh my gosh. They just get cuter by the day.
All right. Well, hey, appreciate you being on the show again. Shout out to social medias, anything else you want to say.
All right, cool. Thank you. Okay, so well, first, thank you guys for having me again. It's always super fun. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. And if you guys want to find me, first of all my music is on all major streaming platforms. So that's Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Amazon Music, Deezer, SoundCloud, all those major ones. My music is there, and you can find me as Redjay, RED space JAY. So those are the streaming platforms. Social media, I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and I'm on YouTube as well. I'm doing little videos here and there as far as YouTube goes. But so on Instagram, you can find me as official.redjay. So again, that's official.redjay for Instagram and TikTok. And then on Facebook, you can find me as just Redjay on Facebook and on YouTube as well. Yeah, so that's where you guys can find me, find out the shenanigans I'm up to, all the crazy bullshit I talk about. I like expanding on what I talk about on my social medias, but it's still, closely related to the things I talk about in my music. So, yeah, you can, yeah.
Cool. And as always, y'all can find me on IG at Q the DJ, QUETHEDEEJAY, and on Twitter as the same thing. And please follow my company, my brand, Quality Unmatched ENT on IG as well. Ambitious.
Yeah, follow me at Ambitious1K on Instagram and Twitter. That's the number 1, the letter K. You don't not spell ambitious. Go look it up in the dictionary. Go ask Alexa. Go ask Siri. Do what you got to do. Threshold Brace, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Like I said, I've been playing beats behind these podcast interviews. So, need some beats, need some music, hit me up. I got you. If you like the beats that's playing in the background. Also follow You Can't Sit With Us Radio, all one word, on Instagram and Facebook. And what is the Twitter?
Y.C.S.W.U Radio, all one word. Tap in with us on Twitter as well.
Yeah. And also, if y'all, anybody that's on LinkedIn, I got an account on LinkedIn with You Can't Sit With Us. So, hey, connect with us there too as well if you want to. So,
tap in on LinkedIn.
Yeah, man. I be on there a little bit from time to time. But yeah, of course, like I said, go check out our drink as always. Tastes like candy, available. Just go on Instagram, Facebook, and find Taste Like Candy in the link in bio. It's on there. And, of course, keep streaming our theme song, Threshold Brace, featuring B. Jones and Diamond Cherie. You Can't Sit With Us on all platforms. Music video on the YouTube page as well. So make sure y'all check that out. The remix go crazy as well. So got what we got on the B. Jones, Diamond Cherie, got J Trip out of Denver, Karina Alex out of what's the country? Damn, I forgot the country. Where's she from? Oh, God, I can't even remember. Jeez. Yeah, but Karina Alex, man, salute to her. Shout out to Genesis Renji out in Milwaukee. And yeah, but yeah, go check out the remix as well. But until next time, L Ambitious Q, we are out.
We outie.